Hi everyone, this is Diane. I need to do some more gluing in this book so I can continue journaling, but I can't find the pouch of materials, my little images and things that I want to use. But I do at least have to glue down some things to write on. So I just have some papers here that I'll just go through the book and add a few things, and then hopefully I will be able to locate my pouch that has my pretty things in it. So I think this yellow would look cute on the gingham, and I'll just trim a little bit off the top of that. And if you haven't been watching, this is a journal that Meg made from Chasing Retro, and I purchased it from her. She said she was still learning when she made this, and I said we are all still learning. At least I hope we are. I think I'll just use a glue stick, and because it's my journal, so if it comes off, I can glue it again. But this is pretty thin paper, and I'm thinking that the Fabri-Tac would show through it. I'm going to get out my ATG gun and load it up. It got messed up, and I just haven't wanted to deal with it, and then I forgot about it. And I've got extra tape. Oops, sorry. I've got tape, so I might as well use it, right? I would have used it on this. ATG gun is double-sided tape. I don't see anybody using them anymore. I used to use it all the time. And then when I find my things, I can add some sort of embellishment to that. And there's gingham on that side too. And I thought, I could just write on the gingham. It would work, but it's more fun to collage. It's from a vintage ledger, and I will use my glue for this. I want to look at this. These are images that I scanned, except for that donkey in the front. These are Easter cards that I scanned from my collection. Yeah, I could use maybe those two in this book. Maybe I'll look for a flower here. These are spring flowers. Crocuses. Oh, pussy willows. Definitely spring. And snowdrops. Hyacinths. Lilacs. Lilacs are late spring here I'm in the northeast of northeast Pennsylvania, which is in the northeast United States. So we don't get our spring flowers blooming as early as some states do. There's some more pussy willows, and then I'll be done. They just come in different sizes, so these are the bigger size flowers. And these are from Eclectic Eggplant. They have tons of fussy cuts. So these are from, I think, it's either just flower fussy cuts or spring flower fussy cuts. I don't remember. But I printed them all out and cut them all out, which took a long time. And I have them in here, and I've been using them. And when I start to run low, I can print more. Here's some tulips. I said I was done, but I guess I'm not. Another pussy willow. Okay. I want to look some more. So now that I have these, maybe I have something I can use here. Something little like that, I think. I don't even know what kind of flower that is, but it's very pretty. I also brought in my Amity Bloom Everyday Journal. I figured after I glued down enough spots for me to write on at least, I could maybe do something in my everyday journal, which I haven't done in a long time. I obviously don't use it every day. There's no place for that cap to go. Oh, it was stuck to my sweater. Oh, that's cute. I started cutting the papers to make the spring smash book. And that's what I should be working on right now. But I figured before I start making a mess again, I would get a little bit done in these two journals. Teddy is here on having school online in the next room. We had our lunch break. It's been cold. We were in the 60s, like upper 60s last week, and this week we're in the low 20s or 30s. And we even have had snow. Nothing that accumulated, but enough that I had to clean my car off. Just brush it off. It wasn't like heavy snow, but you know, after having temperatures almost to 70 last week, it's snow is something. And I don't care. I don't mind. It's March. March is very variable. And I usually don't mind the cold weather. So this is a greeting card from the 1940s. And I scanned it so I could have it to print. I scanned a bunch of the 1940s cards that I got out of that scrapbook, those scrapbooks. So today, the day I'm filming this is March 21st, and April 1st is the first day for the outdoor flea market. And I think that's what it is. And it'll be the first Monday in April anyway, and then the first weekend in April, the Tioga Downs flea market will open. And that's the one I call the Barns. It's at a casino and racetrack, but outlying. You have a separate entrance to go to these barns, and there are 2 barns with flea market. So I know I don't need to buy more because I've been really being very good about destashing, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to want to go look and hope to find some good stuff. I'll just be choosy about what I bring home. So that is really cute, and then if I put a plain paper behind it, of course I'll write on that, but it helps set it off from the from this, but I like the colors together. This is a digital card. I'm getting lots of time with my kids this week. We did a get together on Tuesday in honor of my husband's birthday. And Wednesday, which was last night, I went to my son's house to watch the 2021 Ghostbusters Afterlife movie, which we loved Ghostbusters in the 80s. And this one is the grandchildren of Egon. And it does include the remaining, the Egon actor passed away. But it has the remaining Ghostbusters featured in this movie. Not as much as the grandchildren, but it was very well done, I thought, and I really liked it. So now Friday, tomorrow, a new Ghostbusters with these same characters, the grandchildren, is being released. And so we're going to go up to Vestal, New York to watch it, and I wanted to refresh my memory. So, and both of my kids are, and their families are also rewatching the 2021 movie, but I don't happen to own it. So I went to Billy's while he and his family were going to watch it last night. So I went and watched it with them. It's very nice to get to go and watch a movie not by myself at home, you know. It was still at a home, but it was at my son's home with him and his wife and daughter. So I think that's enough. I've got quite a few days of journaling space ready here. Let's move on to the everyday journal. I don't want to make too much of a mess. I cleaned up really well in here yesterday after I finished doing what I was going to do with the baby animal journals. That I'm sewing them together, and I'll have to do the beads on the sides and stuff like that, but I'm all done with the messy stuff in here. So I cleaned up, and I don't think I'll make too much of a mess making the Smashbook version, the wire bound. So I'm trying to keep it a little bit tidy anyway. So this is a journal that I did make using Amity Bloom's Everyday Journal course. These are from movies I went to 2 years ago. Wow. I'll just put something here. What do I have on this? Just a little collage from when my daughter and I went to Shore Sisters and bought strawberries. That was probably 2 years ago too. All right, so I have some of my Amity Bloom digitals here and some other kinds of digitals, and I think this is stuff I want to use in this journal. Little Easter card. Pink is a very special mood. I had to have that one, of course. Oh, there's Valentine's. I was going to do some Valentine journaling, even though I don't have a Valentine. But I wanted to use, oh, look at these cute little Easter things. Easter is about a week and a half away. So I've got things in here that I want to put in my journal that I don't know why, I just don't do it. Things that are memorabilia from events that I've been to, like my niece's weddings. Yeah, that's Bolt Castle. This was a ticket that we got with our booking, our hotel booking, so we could go inside the castle, because she got married on the grounds of Bolt Island, and Bolt Castle is right there. So we were allowed to go in. Not very long. We didn't have much time, because after the wedding they did pictures, and then we could go in the castle, and it wasn't open much longer. But we got to go in, and I'd been in there years ago with my husband. So anyway, I think I need a little more space for my niece's wedding. And these are not memorabilia pieces. These are just pieces I want to use in here. All right, this says March, and here we are in March. Let's try to keep up with the times, Diane. I already passed February and didn't get in here. Here's Thumper. Oh, there's a card with a deer. Yeah, these are just things that I want to use, but they're not my memorabilia things. So I'll try to find a place for the March image here. If you can hear the sounds, they're working pretty close to my house again. Still working on replacing the water pipes. So this is my card. Oh, this was when I went to Hershey. I couldn't find this when we checked out. Actually, our hotel was in Lancaster. Couldn't find that when we checked out, but I found it in my luggage when I got home. This is where I get my nails done. So this has all my memorabilia from the weddings, two nieces' weddings, and a friend's wedding. And just some other stuff that I want to put in for personal reflections. This was the lunchbox that I had when I was young. My husband worked for Stroman's when we first got married. Well, he worked there for quite a few years. They make bread, Stroman's bread. And this is I don't know what it came from, but I bought that at a flea market. This is my mixer. All right, so let's do something. It would be weird to have, well, this is a perfect one for the March, but I have a strawberry thing here and strawberries. No, that's not strawberries. That's strawberries, and then go to March, but that's okay. I'm not trying to do this in any order, thank goodness. It's too, I get paralyzed, creatively paralyzed if I try to put things in order, even though I am a linear person and I like things to be in order. I would prefer things to be in order, but I have learned to, for creative reasons, just go with whatever works and do what I'm doing today. So I skipped over, I haven't worked in this in a while, so I skipped over Christmas and everything up until March. So I'll just put that there with an image that I like. We have Easter in March this year, so I can put an Easter card right there. If I try to keep things in order and then I don't keep up, and then I feel like I have to catch up before I can do anything, and then I just don't want to do anything. I had that problem with my smash books when I was doing smash books, which is just another word for a scrapbook. It was a brand name from K & Company, but I made homemade smash books. So the next journal I'm going to make will be sort of like a smash book. Oh, this was when we went on a train ride last summer for my birthday, my daughter's and my birthday. So I can write about that right there. That's from there, Cooperstown. There's There's a space there for something. I could just tuck that in there. And then I need to get this book out and actually write in it. After I glue stuff in it, I still need to write in it. And this is when my daughter and I went to Hershey in Lancaster. There's a picture of Founders Hall at the Milton Hershey School that my husband went to. It was called the Milton Hershey School for Boys at that time. And that's a leaf from the oak tree that they planted in memoriam for the alumni that passed away in 2016. So I put an oak leaf here, his initial, last initial. So I did do something in here. It's probably the last time. And we did this in August. So I had that hotel key. I might as well tuck that in here. I don't want to tear anything. Okay. I think that's fine the way it is for now. I think I want to do something to this page. I want to put something in the pocket for writing. This says August. This came out of a Daphne's Diary planner, so I'll save that for August. It would fit in that pocket nicely, but I don't know when I'm going to use that pocket. So this is fun. I could make a card out of that. Yeah, that looks cute. Not quite. So anyway, I was saying I was spending a lot of time with my family. Tuesday we did our night in memory of my husband for his birthday, and Wednesday I watched a movie with my son and his family. Today I have Teddy here, and so his mom will pick him up when she's done with work, and she always stays to visit for a bit. Sometimes a long time, sometimes a short time. I just take whatever she can give. And then tomorrow, all of us are going to go up to Vestal to watch the Ghostbusters movie. That will be Friday. This just came out of a magazine. There's a plant hanging in front of it. I found my little scissors. They were in my holder over there, but they were hidden. They were kind of tipped. They're little. They were tipped and something was in front of them, so I didn't see them. I knew they would turn up. trying to cut off more of that black around the edges. I can just tuck that in the pocket and use that for a journaling space. But I feel like I want to add something to this pocket because there's just so much white space. And that's fine, there's not a problem with that, but I want to add some color. This came out of a magazine also. I love that color of blue. I'll keep that edge. And I need to add something else to it, some little circle or something. Let's see what's in there. Fun stuff is in there. Nothing I want for that, but it's good to know it's there. All right, so I'm going to go to my Amity Bloom ephemera. I think I like that. So this page doesn't have any memorabilia on it to prompt any journaling. So I don't know what I will journal on pages like this. I have a journal that I'm writing in, my Dear journal that I just worked in, that I chronicle daily things. So this is just for random writing. So whatever I feel like writing on this day is what I'll do. This book is quite, it's getting quite heavy, and I'm only in the first signature. I have done some things on other in other sections. I guess more than I thought I did. Good. Here's a swan that I don't know what it was paper clipped to, but I stuck it in here because apparently I wanted to use it in this pocket, but I need to do something to it. There's an autumn thing that's just clipped on. So apparently I went through and clipped things to pages that I could then attach later. And this I'll just leave clipped on because I'll write on the back. I just like looking at this book. I like handling it. It's a really nice course. If you haven't taken Amity Bloom's Everyday Journal course, I recommend it. And because you get a beautiful product when you're done. And I haven't made I made one to sell, and I made this one. And I have another cover that I need to make signatures for, but I've modified her cover, her technique, but I learned from making that video so that I could make the covers that I make, if that makes sense. But it's getting quite heavy, and I love it. And when she had a sale around Christmas time, it was before Christmas, I bought her other journal course. I haven't done it yet, but it came before the Everyday Journal in her line of courses. I think they're the only two journal courses that she has. I'm not sure, but anyway, there's the Everyday Journal, which is this one, and then there's Artist in Bloom. So I paid for that because she had a sale, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I'll look for some pretty ephemera to glue onto that. But for now, I'll just tuck it in there. This is one of my digitals, or it's one of my linens that I scanned and printed. I don't have any digitals. This is a little pocket right here. This image right here came from a book. I believe it was reprinted from a magazine cover, like from the 1930s or something. Looks like the style of pictures they would put on the cover of some of the stitchery magazines from that era. I'm just backing those onto this paper that's not extremely heavy, but it gives a little more heft to these tags. Maybe I'll go to the back, the last signature. I think there are 5 signatures in this book, if I am recalling correctly. But maybe I could do the wedding things all together back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But they have far fewer pages than I put in a normal signature. Like 4 or 5 pages. So let's see if I have room to do wedding stuff back here. Is that supposed to be a tuck spot there? Nope. It's just not glued down very well on the edge. Okay, yeah. I went to 3 weddings, and 2 were in the fall, and 1 was in the summer. All right, so my niece's wedding, the first one, was married in June. And this was from her table, I think. Or maybe it's from her shower at her mother's house, my sister. It's got little engagement rings and it says I do. So I wanted to include them somewhere. Maybe I'll just clip this bag in here. But this is the invitation to their, or it's to save the date for their wedding. And the menu, the details, the hotel. And there's the invitation. And this is my other niece that got married this past year. And a thank you, programs. And this is, yep, that's from her too. In her shower. Oh, this is the lyrics to the song that my 2 sisters and I sang at her wedding. And then I also went to a young friend's wedding in October. So let's start with, wow, I won't use all of this. It would take up the whole signature. Okay, there's the save the date and the invitation. So the picture, their picture, is on the save the date. I'm wishing I didn't put this on here now. But we'll just start right in here. And I'll just put this on as a flip so I can write underneath it. So I'll use some washi tape. I don't have any Amity Bloom washi tape. It's really expensive. It's gorgeous, but it's too expensive for me to buy. Just has pretty roses on it. I hope that I'm coming across, I'm not being very loud because my grandson is in school right in the next room. And he's already having to hear the noise outside, right outside the window of the room where he's learning. I haven't even been thinking about time. So it is time to go. Well, I hope this wasn't boring. I just did a little of this and a little of that because I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I feel like I got a little bit of something done in these 2 journals. And I will return to do some more. Thank you very much for your attention today. I hope you were crafting along with me. Let me know if you were and what are you working on. And tell me if you've taken any of the Amity Bloom classes, just out of curiosity. I'll see you in the next video. Have a creative day. Bye-bye.